Hi, welcome back. So this is Conscious Discipline number 9 in the series. It's talking about positive intent. I know that we needed to pick a commitment from page 140, so I already have that written out. And the commitment that I thought would be the easiest to implement right away was noticing instead of judging when we cannot figure out what a child wants. Some of the other commitments are a little bit, they require a little bit more time in the classroom. Just not saying that you have to spend a great deal of time with the student. I know that she had spoke about seeing a child in the hallway and being able to comfort her right off the bat as their first interaction. But I just meant that one seems like a good mindset shift. Some of the others take a little practice with the wording and stuff like that. I know I have tried to do attributes of positive intent with the phrase you wanted. So sometimes it doesn't flow exactly the way I want it to. So I'm working on that one. But I did want to hit on noticing instead of judging. I know that in my class in particular, my CT is oftentimes doing a lot of things at once, as most teachers are. But she's super busy sometimes, and then things, happen in centers or while she's doing small groups or pulling students. And, typically unwanted behaviors, she's kind of quick to snap at some of those things. So, kind of noticing what's going on before you make a, snap judgment to call a student out in the middle of the classroom. I know that we talk about that a lot in our courses, not making a student feel singled out or any of those things, kind of making them feel like they're in one of those safe spaces, kind of like she talks about in Conscious Discipline. But just noticing what's going on. I had an experience yesterday, or today actually, that a student was running to get in line. That's his nature, and I know that he should not have been running, but she made him sit down. And in that situation, someone that has that much energy kind of just needs to have a way to release that. And if they would have had that method set up beforehand, it would help him. I actually have implemented something with this particular student where when he feels like the energy is just out of control in his body, we just shake it out. We do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on both our hands and both our feet. So I did that with him, and I noticed him instead of judging, him running across the hallway or the cafeteria. And so we sat there and I had him breathe and go through some of the conscious discipline techniques that she's been using and talking about. I have really seen a change in, the way that I react and respond with students, and it helps me build a better relationship with them. And I think it's also healthier, we're teaching them at all moments, and a lot of times in the field I see, a lot of hasty judgments and yelling, and it's a lot, and that's just not really who I am. And I just never think that, jumping to conclusions is the best way to go. So that's definitely the easiest commitment for me to implement personally. But as far as my other notes, I liked how she talked about how, is a child calling out in those situations? Like, what do they need? And how do you give them what they need so that they can self-sustain, which is kind of the goal, I feel like, with conscious discipline that you don't really see in the schools very often. But I really enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.